Hello and welcome to Celebrate Living History. This is Bev Wilkinson speaking. To celebrate the start of 2019, we are heading back into the past and revisiting our stories by our interns over the past 7 years. Today, we revisit Peder and the War in Norway by Trine Tessem, Moerkeset. My grandfather, Peder Tessem, was a young boy during the Second World War, but recalls what it was like growing up during the German invasion. Rationing with lack of food, clothing, and other necessities was an area which gave us anxiety for the day and the future. It had been a large amount of import to the country in the last year before the war, and it was stockpiled for a year. The German occupation was going to last for 5 years, and in that time, Norway was excluded from their most important trading partners, Great Britain and the USA. There was 500,000 Germans in the country. They needed food, and a fair bit was sent to Germany. We used something called crisisflour. It was a rough and from bad grains. People said they added chalk to make it heavier. After a while, we started receiving replacement products, and the bee soap was the one I remembered the best. It was like a lump of clay, and what it had cleaned of your face was left in a ring in the washing bowl. We received shoes with wooden soles, and it could be leather of fish skins. It came clothes made of paper, and it came cellulose plates that were watered down and given to the cows for food. The locals grew their own tobacco, for that had been substituted as well. There was also limited access to alcohol, but I did not take much notice of that because I had never seen that in the house before. The last 2 years of the war, it became clear that Germans were going to lose the war. It was just a matter of when. My confirmation was delayed 1 year in the hopes that the war would be over by then, but no such luck. The priest from our church had been replaced by the National Party, which was in line with the Nazis. We therefore decided to go to another church for my confirmation. It turned out, however, that we needed a signed baptism certificate from our local church, so we had to go see the priest. Me and my friends knew that when the priest was out of town, his son had the authority to sign the certificate, and we decided to go on one of those days to avoid a scolding. As I was a very punctual young man, I showed up early, and the priest had not yet left. He gave me an earful, but signed the certificate nonetheless. I had my confirmation on the 8th February 1945. It is hard for me to imagine what it was like back then, but hearing about those snapshots in time, it feels very real. The details of that time, it seems, are as vivid as they were then. My grandfather enjoys recalling different times of his life, and was very happy for me to share some of his experience with others. That was Peder and the War in Norway, written by Griffith University graduate Trine Tessem Moerkeset. To see her story online, visit us at www.celebratelivinghistory.com.au. Thank you. This is Bev Wilkinson speaking.